Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of Modded Minecraft. So, first things first, the obvious thing that's happened in front of me, I've got some vanilla looking stuff going on down here, and that's exactly what that is, and that is also the reason why I've done it between episodes, because, you know, you don't want to be seeing this in a modded series, you don't want to see me planting trees and sugarcane, so I thought I'll just get this out of the way. And it's just a few resources until we start getting into the fancy modded ways of doing things. But I do just, while I'm down here, I'll show you this. So I'll switch this to vein. And if you remember from last time, this vein I thought only works on ores, but it does actually work on wood as well, which is brilliant. This is how we should be mining trees, definitely. Also, I have added one more mod. I've added the Gravestone mod because I spent all the time last time crafting this atomic disassembler, and I thought to myself, I wouldn't be very happy if I lost this. So I've added the Gravestone mod, and if you don't know what that is, all it does is when you die, I should say if you die, but it's more like when you die, it places a gravestone in the world and it saves all of your items in it. So if you can get back there, then you can just, I'm not sure which version it is, but you can either right click on it or just stand on it and it will give you all of your items back, which is a big plus because some of the things in modded are a real pain to craft and they can take a very, very long time. So you don't just want to be losing that and starting again. First thing I wanted to do today was solve the problem I had last time with the atomic disassembler. Because I only have this one wind generator and the only way of charging it is by placing it in here, this only holds 80,000 FE. And this takes 400,000. So if I put this in here, it can drain, well, when it's empty, it drains the whole thing and I have to wait a very long time. The obvious, easiest solution to that is to put a larger way of storing power. So it's not about how much power I'm generating, it's about how much I can store. So what we have in Mekanism is something called energy cubes. Now, they have these in most tech mod packs, some variation of this. So what this does, it will store power, and it's as simple as that. You can input power to it and then you can run everything else off it. I can also use it to charge my atomic disassembler. So what we're going to do first is craft this and put it down here somewhere. That'll vastly improve the power situation. So to do that, I should have everything on me that I need. So let's do this, right. So let's do the steel casing first. That's that. And we need 2 of these energy tablets. Let's do those. And then finally, just the energy cube. There we go. What do you want? Okay, so where should we put this? I think we should put it where this is now. Let's take this off then so we don't break anything. Put it on normal. There we go. Alright, so if we break this, and then we put the energy cube here. Now I think what I should be able to do is just put this wind generator just there, and it should start. Yep, there we go. So that's filling that up, and hopefully these will be getting power as well. So I may have to change the settings on this so it is output. No, these all say input. So which side is out? Let's try that. Yep, that was a good guess, wasn't it? Right, so all I did there is I went into the config and changed this side to output. Now, it's not always clear where you're looking at which one it is, but these have lit up, so that means that these are getting power now, and I'll be transferring to these. So when I want to charge my atomic disassembler, I can now put it into here, or that one, put it into that one, and it fills up. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is start working on this infrastructure a little bit, because what I've got up here is like my little workstation for everything, but it's also my ore doubling setup, and I'm also using this enrichment chamber for enriching the items that go into here. So this gets used quite a lot, but it would be much more sensible if I had a few of these. So I think I need to get a few setups going. So one of the ones I really want is something that just looks after the steel. So for that, I need 2 metallurgic infusers, one that turns the iron into enriched iron, and then one that turns the enriched iron into steel dust, and then another smelter for cooking that into the steel. And then also, I would need another enrichment chamber just to look after the coal, but I could do that manually for now, just see how that goes. I also want to upgrade this little setup as well, because all we've got here is ore doubling, and it's not really much more difficult to get into ore tripling. So I think that is going to be the next thing we do today, and I'll probably move it from here, because this is, I think I'm going to use this section up here as like my little work area where I have all like my manual machines, and I can just put things in, grab stuff when I need it. We'll take this out, and then we can leave these here as our manual machines, and then I'll craft up some more to get on with the ore tripling. Right, so the great thing about Mekanism and the way that the ore duplication works is that each stage just adds to the previous one. So for example, the first stage, or some people call it the like zero stage, it's just the smelter. So that would cook up the ore into one ingot, and then the first or second stage, depending on how you want to look at it, is the Enrichment Chamber, which doubles the ore into 2 dust, and then those dust can be cooked into the ingots. Then the third stage uses those 2 machines in the same order again, but then it adds another one on the front. So before the Enrichment Chamber, we have a crusher, and then before that we have a Purification Chamber. And then we also need something else for the Purification Chamber, which is oxygen, and we get that from the Electrolytic Separator, which is just fed by water. So let's get on with crafting all these up now. So let's start with a smelter. We'll start at the end and work our way back. So I'm not sure what I need for this, but I've been crafting up a bit of steel as well, so I've got a little bit there. I am running low on iron, but hopefully we should have enough. Let's see what we need. Right, so first is the Energized Smelter. So what we've got, oh, we need those all the way. Yeah, got that. Okay, so smelter, we need casing. And yeah, there we go. So that's the Energized Smelter, not a problem. And secondly, it's the Enrichment Chamber. Factory, Enrichment Chamber. Steel casing again. So let's just click that. There we go. Now I should be able to do that. Enrichment Chamber, right. Next one is the crusher. Oh, we need some more of these, don't we? Oh, we need buckets of lava as well. Right, okay. I need to go get a few more things for this, I think. Okay, so while we're doing that, I've got one with redstone, I think. No, we haven't. Right, Enrichment Chamber. Oh, no, there's a bit there. Right, let's stick that in there. No, not that one. In there. And how many I've got? So we'll put 8 of those in there. Let's just get some of those circuits. Actually, let's do a few. Right, and okay, I need to go get a couple of buckets of lava now, so I shall be back. Okay, so down at Bedrock level, I've got this lava already here, so let's get a couple of those, and let's get back up there. Okay, so we're back up here, and we've got our basic control circuits done, and that should be everything we need now. So we just craft up the steel casing again, and then should be able to do the crusher. Yes, there we go. Okay, so the next thing we need is the Purification Chamber. This is a bit more advanced. Right, so we need to make some of these advanced control circuits, which actually we should be able to do. So we just need 2 of those. And then if we just craft that, yeah, there we go. Oh, what did I just use? I used an enrichment chamber in that recipe, so we're going to need to craft another one of those. Oh, it's never ending. Come on. Right, steel casing. Enrichment chamber. Right, so we've got those 4. So now we just need the Electrolytic Separator. Is that on there? There we go. Right, so we just need to make this electrolytic cup. Right, okay, for these, we need to get some of the dust. Now, I happen to know for this, what we could do is use the enrichment chamber on the ore, and that gives us the dust before, and then stop it going into the smelter. Or, because we've already got the ingots, we can use the crusher instead. So if we just put that there, get some power. And so what was it we needed for that? The electrolytic core. So we need 1 gold, 2 osmium, and 1 iron. So if we just put that into the crusher, should be alright. So what was it? 2 osmium, 1 gold, And lastly, 1 iron. Okay, so that's everything we need. I should be able to craft this now. So, no, we need some more of those. Once I get a few more resources, I'm definitely going to have to stock up on things like this, so I have a good supply when I come to craft things. But for now, I'll just do it bit by bit. Okay, so put that in there. And I'm really low on iron again, so let's not go too mad. Let's do 12. I think I need one more for what I'm doing here. And then, another 2, so I need to get 3 out of this. But let's just get this 1. We'll craft the core first. So, yeah. So there we go, got the core. And then for the separator, yeah, we just need those 2. And that's 2. Right, so we should be able to craft this now. And then we just need to get our crusher back, and we've got all the machines that we need. I need to take that off extended bit mining because that could be dangerous. Okay, so that's all the machines that we need, but what we also need for the separator is we need to give this water. Now, in Mekanism, there is, I think it's called an electric pump, but this thing is quite crazy on the amount of power that it uses. So what we also have in this pack is Palm's HarvestCraft, and what that has is the kitchen sink, and I love this block. This is just terracotta, which, if you remember, I said I needed some terracotta last time, and this is what I needed it for. I just didn't get around to doing it. 3 iron and a bucket of water. So let's just go get some water. And what this block is, essentially, is just an infinite water source. So it's just a single block that you just have there, and you can click on it with your bucket and get the water whenever you want. But the machines can also pull from it as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's 5, I think. And if you just go on the sink, there we go. So if you just place this down, we can fill up our water buckets from that. Excellent. Right, so I think we've got pretty much everything we need. Now we're going to need a few more cables because I'm not going to put this setup up here, so I'll probably run it. I could actually put it inside this hill. That could work quite well. I think what we need to do first is get some cables. So have we got any? We've got 1. Okay, how do you craft these again? I think it's steel, isn't it? Yeah. I've got a bit more steel now, so that should be alright. I've got the steel on me. I've got the redstone on me. Okay, so let's craft a couple of these. What am I going to do? Let's do 3. Don't want to use too much of that iron. Okay, so let me figure out where I'm going to put this, and we'll go through the setup. Okay, so I've got that area dug out below, but I've forgotten one thing I still need to craft. So we just needed a few of these basic mechanical pipes. So this is just to transfer the water into the machine. So if we just grab one lot of those, and we'll just pop down here and show you what I've done. Where is that guy? Because he's really annoying. Okay, so we've got this cable going across the floor, which won't be there once I finish this, because once we've got this set up properly, this system will power itself. So that's good. Now, let's get this 3 times ore processing set up. So what we're going to do is go left to right. Unlike up there, we had the Enrichment Chamber and then the smelter. We're going to go the other way around. So let's start with the end one, which is the smelter. So we'll put that there. And then we'll have the Enrichment Chamber next to that. We then need the crusher. And lastly, the Purification Chamber. Okay, so what's going to happen is the ore will go into here, but then we also need oxygen passing into here as well. Now we get that from the Electrolytic Separator, so I'll put it 1 across because we need to put a mechanical pipe in there, and that will transfer the oxygen into there. No, we don't. We don't want a mechanical pipe because oxygen's a gas, isn't it? So I need to get the tube. Right, let's go craft the other thing. Okay, so let's craft up this tube. It's just glass and steel this time. So we'll just grab those. So if we just put our pressurized tube in there, that should connect to there. Now, if we've got our configurator, we can get that to pull. And then that should pass the oxygen into there once we've done it. Right, so now I need to correct myself again. Because this sink, I said it's from Palm's HarvestCraft. I don't know why I said that, because it's really not. It's from a mod called Cooking for Blockheads. I said Palm's HarvestCraft because it's very handy with some of the recipes in that mod, but we'll get to that another day. Anyway, right, so we're just going to put the sink down here, and then we've got our Oh no, I was right crafting the pipes, wasn't I? Because I do actually need them for this. Right. Okay, so we'll put that in there. And if we change this to pull, that will go into the electrolytic separator. Okay, so the electrolytic separator splits water into hydrogen and oxygen. Now, at the moment, we're only using the oxygen. So what's going to happen is this hydrogen will fill up and the oxygen will get used. So at the point where this fills up, this machine will stop working. So what we need to do is change this, as I've done here, from idle to dumping excess. I could also change it to dumping. It'll just get rid of all the hydrogen it produces. But hydrogen is going to be handy for us in a moment. So I'm just going to change it to dumping excess for now. And it'll build it up to a certain point, and then it'll dump any more so the machine can still be used to produce oxygen. Right, so that's that bit done. Very, very simple. So now I think we're ready to start producing these ores. So we'll give this a test, and then obviously we need to do all the config on the sides so it pushes into the right machine. But I think I've got some ores up here. Oh, actually I might have in my backpack. No. Where did I pull them? There we go. I've got a few in there. I've got some gold. I really need some gold, so let's try it on that. Okay, so what we need to do is put the ore into the Purification Chamber. And then while that's doing that, we can set up the side config. So we want that output as it is on the right. And we turn that to auto eject, so it pushes these clumps into the crusher, and as you can see there's 3 from one ore. And then same again on the side, output blue, and then eject on, and then that's turned into the dirty gold dust, and then the enrichment chamber will turn that into the normal gold dust. Let's do that, eject on that one as well, and then that goes into the smelter and get cooked up. So there we go, that's our ore tripling setup completely done. So let's get the rest of this in here. And these machines, they are very noisy, but that's something we can fix at a later stage. Okay, so now I've got the ore tripling working. Last thing I wanted to do was take advantage of that hydrogen that we're producing and not using at the moment, and crafting up a gas burning generator. So what we can do is use this to burn that hydrogen to create power. Now the way the config is set up in Mekanism is this can't actually create any excess power, but it can create enough. Okay, so let's just craft this up. Right, so firstly need the electrolytic ore, and I've gone ahead and used the crusher to get those dust, and then just need a couple more osmium. Let's just grab that because I need to craft some steel casings as well, so I need 2 of those. And then finally the gas burning generator. Right, there we go. Okay, so let's see if we can get this set up. Right, so this should be as simple as putting this here. Now, see, that's producing gas straight away. So all we need to do is connect this like this, and then now that should be powering everything along here. So what I should be able to do is break this cable, and there we go. So that hydrogen's gone in there. We do need a little bit more, so I think what I'm going to do is have to get some upgrades in this machine. But for now, I think these, what I'm doing here is just clicking on all of these and looking at this green line, and it's full on all of them, so that means they're not losing power and everything is working as it should. So let's just stick something else in here, get them all running and make sure that's still the case. So you see that's going up and down, so it's definitely producing the power and sending it out. Yeah, these are all still doing good and everything's running, so yeah, that's brilliant. So that's done. Now next time we'll work on upgrading this. So what we can do, instead of using this directly from the hydrogen, we can take the hydrogen, process that a little bit further and turn it into ethylene, and then we can use that to create a lot more power, and then that can be put into an energy cube and we can use that to power quite a few other things. But before we get to that, I think we definitely need to get some of these upgrades in. So let's have a look at these. Right, so the main 2 that we need are speed and energy. So the Electrolytic Separator is the one we're concentrating on. It's the one in the system that uses the most power, so we're definitely going to want those filled up. And then the speed, we need to increase the amount of hydrogen it's producing. So if we do that, it'll do that faster, and the gas burning generator should then be able to keep up. Now when you use these, it does tend to use a lot more power. So that's why we definitely need to max out the energy upgrades. So I've just grabbed a bit of glass. We should have everything we need to craft these now. So it's mainly just the dust. The recipes are usually the same for all these. It's just a different dust in the middle. So I'm going to use the energy one. So we'll get as many as we can of these. No, actually, let's do the speed upgrade first. So now I think all of the machines can only take 8, but we'll just go 4 speed for now, and then we'll get 8 of the energy upgrades. Right, so let's go give this a go. Right, so for this one, right, when you're adding the upgrades, you click this upgrades button at the top, and then you just need to put them in here. But you can just shift click them in, and then it'll apply them all one by one. And if you come back out of that, you can see down here how much power it's using. Okay, so now all the energy upgrades are in, we can put the speed upgrades in as well. So hopefully this will start producing hydrogen faster, and this will start going up. Okay, that's the first time I've seen it go for a while. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so yeah, so we've got all 4 in there now. That is still going up slowly. Okay, so I should probably start cooking something to make sure that this can actually keep up. And obviously we can put all the speed upgrades in here as well, so these machines are so slow. I think the first one I'm going to need to do is the crusher, because this is incredibly slow, this thing. Right, I think I'm going to go make some more speed upgrades now. Right, so I've been messing around with this for a while, and I just can't get this hydrogen in the gas generator to work like I thought it should. So we're going to skip ahead, and instead of doing this next time, I'm actually going to get this ethylene setup working now. So what we need to do for this, I've got this in here somewhere. So I've just crafted up another crusher and a pressurized reaction chamber, because what we need to do with this, one of the recipes down here is we can take water and hydrogen with biofuel, and that will make us substrate and ethylene. And if we put ethylene into the gas burn generator, that works much better. So all we really need to do, you can see here I've actually upgraded some of these cables as well, because nothing was working right. So all we need to do is take the hydrogen out of here and put it into the pressurized reaction chamber. Now these can be a bit funny, the way you have to place them, so I'm going to guess that it's that way, but I've probably got that wrong. So if we put that on there, I've got the, yep, that's great, we've got the hydrogen going into there. No, that's not doing anything because it's got no power. Brilliant. So if we just run this one again, this poor little wind generator is being pushed. Oh no, just haven't fixed it. Right, okay. Alright, so now we should be getting hydrogen into this machine. Right, that's great. Okay, so we also, yeah, we've got the water going in as well. So all we need to do is to put biofuel into there. So what we can do, if we put, I'll just set this up really quickly for now, and I'll get this done properly next time. So in there, we need to put something organic. So I thought, as we're on a mushroom island, the ideal thing that we've got plenty of, until we get some automated farms going, we can just use some mushrooms. So let's just stick these in and see what we'll get from this. So if we put mushrooms into there, right, I've got loads of speed upgrades everywhere as well. None of this works, so I'll put these into here, like that. Right, so you can see they're getting biofuel out of here. So then all we need to do on here is put the logistical transporter, and if we set that to pull with our configurator, should get the biofuel going. Oh, I might need to change the configs on here as well actually. So eject on, I want you to put the top to output, and then the back of this one, is it? To change that to import. Yeah, there we go. So I've got the biofuel going in there now. So now this should start producing ethylene and the substrate, which we'll need to take out as well. Yeah, so you can see we've got the ethylene going in there. So next step, we just need to pipe that into the gas burn generator. So I need to make a little bit more room. Okay, so if we just have another cable going across like this, and now I should be able to do what we did last time and just have that facing that way. Ah, how do I get rid of that? Let's get rid of that hydrogen. Okay, so I'll just put that next to my energy cube, and that's just burning all that hydrogen, all that power's going into there. Okay, so now all that's gone. Don't want to do that. We can pick this up and hopefully start using ethylene for burning some power. Okay, so let's just put this here. Yeah, there we go, got ethylene going into there, and then if we just connect that up. Right, so we're going to need some upgrades in there, so let's just definitely need to craft some more of these, but for now, let's just put that in there. Okay, so that is working. Now, it's not very pretty, but it is definitely doing the job. So I can see in here, we've got the ethylene, and that is producing power. Now, it's not going very fast, and that is because it's got nowhere to go. Because all the machines that are using that power, they're all full. They're all using the power, which is great. And then I've also connected this up to my energy cube. So the wind generator is not on the back of there anymore. I took it off so to make sure that system was fully self-sufficient. And then what I did, I went to the config and I changed the bottom to be input and output. So that gas burning generator is now filling this up, and then this can also be used to take power down if it needs to, and it can also be used for this as well. So that is definitely working. Now, it was a bit of a pain, bit going back and forth, and I didn't show everything on camera, but that's because I was getting a little bit confused, and these things happen. So I think what we need to do next time is upgrade the power storage, so get maybe the next level of energy cube, maybe even above that, because this thing can kick out quite a lot of power. So if we just go through this very quickly, so I've got the crusher down here, and that's just at the moment just taking mushrooms, turning them into biofuel, and then push them into this pressurized reaction chamber, which has also got water from this kitchen sink, and then it's taking hydrogen from the electrolytic separator, and it's combining those, and it's giving us substrate, which is automatically put into this chest. Now this is used for the HDPE pellets, which is one of the base materials for the Mekanism plastics. And there's a few other little things as well. Some of the newer, more advanced Mekanism stuff, like these kind of things, they all use this substrate. So it's definitely going to be handy to have a lot of this. And then we've got the ethylene coming in here as well, and this is filling up because it's hardly using anything at the minute, because as I say, all the power is completely full everywhere. I think that is going to be it for today, because my brain's fried now, if I'm completely honest, but it has been a success, definitely. We've got this ore tripling system going, and I didn't show you this at all today. I've added in these chests, so that there is going to be my input chest. So that's it. I'm going to dump the ores in there after I've been mining, and I'll bring them down to here. They'll go through the system, and then they get output to this chest here. So this is after they've been tripled, they'll go up there. So I don't even need to come down here more, which is brilliant. Maybe to check on the power, you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave the episode there. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.